What's up everybody, this is Anything Neil back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Now I heard about these things called deck profiles. This is especially the case for people who win tournaments and people who want to show decks of a certain archetype. So I figured that I would show off mine. So the deck that I'm going to be showing off today is my Ancient Gear deck. As a matter of fact, this is the only deck that I'm going to be using both competitively and casually right now, because my Dark Magician deck is just not complete. It does have Ebon High Magician though, and it also has 2 Dark Magicians. I might get a third one. Anyway, I figured that I'd start over with a deck that already has a strong lineup of cards. It was either Ancient Gears or Evil Swords and Evil Tiles, or Neo Space or Destiny Heroes. So I decided to go with Ancient Gears. This is especially the case since I picked up 2 booster packs of Raging Tempest, and I got 1 Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. And later on, I got another Raging Tempest booster pack, and I got another Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. But getting my first Chaos Ancient Gear Giant just inspired me to just build an Ancient Gear deck. But I'm going to save the rest of my story of this deck for later. In the meantime, I'm going to just show you the cards right now. So to start off, I have 2 Ancient Gear Golems. These are powerful monsters. I would call these as the heart of my deck. Well, either this or the Gadgets. Anyway, these are powerful monsters, each with 3,000 attack points and defense points each. And this is especially the case since the Ancient Gear monsters, almost all the Ancient Gear monsters are immune to spells and traps, or better yet, your opponent can't activate spells and traps until the damage step of every battle phase. I also have an Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon and the Gadgetron Chimera. These 2 monsters are here because my gadgets are in my deck too. An Ancient Gear Engineer, it's a Gemini monster, and 3 Ancient Gear Soldiers. These are great level 4 monsters. They're kind of weak though. That's the only problem that I have with them. But I do have Rising Energy. I think I have Rising Energy in my deck. But I do have means of special summoning these level 4 monsters from my graveyard or from my deck or from my hand to make up for their weak attack strength. And I can use these level 4 monsters for Xyz summoning too, so that's a good thing. I also have an Ancient Gear Knight. The only problem that I have with the Ancient Gear Knight is that it's a Gemini monster. So if I normal summon it one turn, then normal summon it the next turn, then it's going to be a problem for me because I am short 1 summon that I'm allowed during a turn. But I keep it there just in case. I also have 2 Ancient Gear boxes, 2 Ancient Gear Hunting Hounds, and I might substitute these for later on until I get like Gear Town or something. I have 1 Ancient Gear Cannon and 2 Ancient Gears. The last 2 Ancient Gear monsters are mainly here because when I have 1 Ancient Gear already out on the field and I have the other one in my deck, then I can just special summon it right away. So those are my Ancient Gear monsters right now. And now for my Ancient Gear spells and traps. I run 2 Ancient Gear Castles. Not only does Ancient Gear Castle give my Ancient Gear monsters an extra power boost, when I tribute summon, I can tribute this card along with how many counters are on Ancient Gear Castle in place of the number of tributes needed for that tribute summon. So I can summon my Ancient Gear Golem with Ancient Gear Castle. And I have Ancient Gear Fist just in case any defense monsters are in the way. So this Ancient Gear Fist basically gives my Ancient Gear monsters an insta-kill ability. So as of right now, I'm keeping this in my deck. Not sure about Ancient Gear Explosive though, because I don't want to give up my monsters just because I want to inflict damage. And again, I need my Ancient Gear monsters and the other monsters in my deck for Xyz summons. I also have an Ancient Gear Factory, an Ancient Gear Drill, and an Ancient Gear Workshop, just in case I need to bring back an Ancient Gear monster from my graveyard. And I also run 2 Ancient Gear Reborns. Again, more special summoning from my graveyard and giving my Ancient Gear monsters an extra power boost. And now for my gadgets. If I don't call my Ancient Gear Golems the heart of my deck, then I would say that these monsters are. So first I run 2 gold gadgets, 2 silver gadgets. I'm glad that I got these from the movie packs. I also have a red, yellow, and green gadget. And in the case that I have these 3 out on the field, that I can use it to power up Stronghold the Moving Fortress. Yeah, I just realized that I have a lot of effect monsters in my deck. This is so my monsters can continue their operations unimpeded, and I can quickly special summon monsters. And here are the other cards I have in my deck. I have Duza the Meteor Cubic Vessel. I just recently added this one. And I also have True King Lithosagem the Disaster, because since my Ancient Gear monsters and some of my gadgets are Earth monsters, then I can use this card to banish 3 cards from my opponent's extra deck. So in case they want to Xyz summon or Synchro summon or Fusion summon, then I can use this card to just ruin their strategies in a good way. I also have Temple of the Kings, Mystical Beast of Circuit, in case I want to summon a powerful monster from my deck right away, or later on I'm going to add a couple of fusion monsters into my extra deck, which will make adding Temple of the Kings and Mystical Beast of Circuit all the more worthwhile. I also have one Polymerization card because I have a couple of Ancient Gear fusion monsters in my extra deck. I also have an Induced Explosion, and I have a Rocket Hand. To continue my story about this deck, I won using this deck against a person that had like frogs and Nimble Manta and Rage of the Deep Sea in his deck that powers up by 500 and attack and defense points for every fish, aqua, and sea serpent monster in his hand. He was going easy on me, but I had no idea that I was destroying so many monsters to power up his Rage of the Deep Sea. But this card saved me. So when I got rid of Rocket Hand from my Steel Swarm Roach, I was able to finally destroy that monster and just continue the duel from there, and I won. And finally, my extra deck. Like I said, I have a lot of level 4 monsters, which is why I have quite a few level 4 monsters in my extra deck. For one thing, I have number 104, Masquerade. The only problem that I have with this one is that I need 3 level 4 monsters, not 2. And I make that mistake all the time. This is the card that I usually bring out, number 39, Utopia. Just in case my opponent's monsters attack me, and I can just detach a material from this card so I can negate that attack. And like I said before, I have Steel Swarm Roach, just in case my opponent summons any powerful monsters that's level 5 or higher. I also got this one from a trade, Evil Swarm Ouroboros. This card has a lot of neat abilities, which is why I'm glad to keep this in my extra deck. And if by any chance I summon both Ancient Gear Golems onto my field, then I can Xyz summon number 40 Gimmick Puppet of Strings. I don't know, but then again, Ancient Gear Golem has 3000 attack and defense points, while number 40 has 3000 attack points but 2000 defense points. Maybe I'll just keep this in my extra deck as like a last resort or something. And finally, my 2 Chaos Ancient Gear Giants. I'm proud of this deck, I really am. Other than these 3 monsters, which I might have to switch out sometime soon, I'm pretty proud of this deck, and I don't see myself changing it anytime soon. So that's my Ancient Gear deck profile, guys. I'm really glad that you guys would take the time to watch this video. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment what your favorite deck archetype is. And there will be more videos to come, guys. In fact, I'm planning to upload a new Yu-Gi-Oh video every Tuesday from now on. So be sure to subscribe, and I hope you like the videos. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.